We chose the name Ñande Róga, a name in Guarani. Guarani is a native language in Paraguay because Feliciano Centurion's works touch different aspects of life, and we wanted to address all these different topics and also all the different communities that he engaged. So Ñande Róga, our house, it's a way to try to think about all that is included in Feliciano's work. It's an exhibition that is co-curated with my colleagues Eduardo Alfonso, Angelica Arbelaez, Herrington, María Carri, Rachel Eboh, and Guy Weltchek. This show was firstly displayed at the Center of Curatorial Studies at Bard College, and it was the result of a class led by the artist K.ari.n Schneider around the Feliciano Centurion's archives in ISLAA. The show has this series of archives in the perimeter, and in the center we hold together these different works that are sort of speaking to each other and showing different moments and aspects of his work and career. He is remembered as someone with a lot of energy and a very bright person with an amazing sense of humor and a great smile. He was very charismatic. So yes, I think that sense of humor with his tenderness and his attention to detail and very deep sense of intimacy in everything that he makes appears in his works. These are very common toys treated as sensitive beings. This is a very iconic show that took place in Buenos Aires in 1992 in Centro Cultural Recoleta, and it was called Algunos Artistas, Some Artists. And it's very important because these are artists that were related with the Centro Cultural Rojas, this more underground space that started to be central for artists in the beginning of the 90s, late 80s and beginning of the 90s. And for this exhibition at the Centro Cultural Rojas, the artists exhibited together in this space that was more mainstream. It was a space with a larger audience. So it was like a kind of took over from this underground scene. With the archive, we choose a selection of artworks by Feliciano made in different moments of his career that has to do with very iconic uses of material that he incorporated to his work. This material, it's a very industrial material, and it's something that we in Argentina very easily recognize as the type of blanket that you use in the winter to warm up. But it's also the type of blanket that it's very cheap in the market. It's can be found in very popular markets and shops. Here you can see the pattern of the blanket that makes more clear how industrial this can be. And also there is painting, making these triangles that makes the form looks like a flower or a sun. And in the center, there is ñanduti textile, which is this traditional Paraguayan textile. A very special piece that we have in the desk is this facsimile. This is a sketchbook that he was doing when he was studying at the Escuela Pelidriano Purredón in Buenos Aires. The sketchbook is mostly dedicated to different studies, to the human figure, and in these very intimate situations. In this very early drawing from 1988, there is a very intimate scene. And we can also see this sort of pattern that is holding the couple. For the last part of this exhibition, we have a space where the visitors can sit and take a look to different catalogs of Feliciano Centurion's previous exhibitions, and also catalogs of exhibitions in Argentina at the time. In Buenos Aires, he was a very important part of the artistic scene that arose in the return of democracy to the country. So at this moment, artists were really fighting to take over the new cultural spaces. And they were also expressing freedom, liberty, sexuality, and all these topics are appearing in Feliciano's work. And Feliciano Centurión passed away in a very young age by AIDS complications in 1996. And at this point, the underground and avant-garde artistic scene in Buenos Aires was very damaged by the AIDS epidemic. Even though it's a small exhibition, it is thought for smaller places. It's an exhibition that is very easy to travel, and it's an exhibition that it's really opening his work. So a desire for us for tomorrow is that this exhibition with all the facsimiles of the archive can very easily travel on an email or in a pen drive or in a box, all put together, and then in different places of the world where Feliciano Centurión works are in archives or museums. This idea of how we read the works of Feliciano with the voices of the archives outside speaking to the work can be preserved. So we thought about this exhibition as an ongoing project.